No freaking way! Are you kidding? Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek XX Chic, and we are back with another episode of Dun Dun Dun. We're now on season 1, episode 9, which is called Merge. Serpodover Demon Nessie. That's a handful of words that I've never said before together, so interesting. Anyhow, last episode we have our duo now with the addition of Ira being thrust into yet another demon/alien craziness. It looks like we have a dual attack happening. I believe the aliens are using these spirits to basically weaken their prey so that they can get their hands. Well, they're primarily right now going after Okurun because they believe that his banana organs are the source of this crazy power that he has. And in the midst of everything, they managed to awaken some latent powers that are sitting inside of Ira, which are basically the borrowed powers of Silky, no, Acrobatic Silky. That's what it is. Sorry, I'm mixing all the names up. And then we also saw that my girl Momo ended up trying to dodge some attacks from what looks like some form of spirit kaiju. I don't know. But anyways, we just kicked all of that off. And like I said, we ended the episode with a really wicked looking new form that Ira has taken on. And it looks like she's about to give these aliens some trouble. So I'm all here for it. So I'm ready to jump into this episode. Just before I do though, if you'd like to be in the know of when I drop episodes, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. All right, that out of the way, let's get into the episode right now. Oh, damn, she can't even hold it for 30 seconds? Anyway, you're about to peek, aren't you? Ah, okay, so it's for people with spiritual pressure only. Thank God Acrobatic Silky took over. Labor? What is this song? First were chiquitas, like bananas, now what? Damn. Right? It's like, can you aim that ish? Cheap hire. So I was right, they do hire them. Not the cheeks. Ah. Oh, at least he fell covering his junk. That's hilarious. Wow, even in this form, she's completely narcissistic. Yeah, please. Why don't you win her heart? If she's into, you know, things that are of the underworld. Aren't you observant? Damn spiritual pressure, man. Oh God, that is a creepy face. I don't like it. I don't like it. Thank you. It looks too real. Yeah, you need to like take out all of these aliens. Is that possible? Cheap shot! Boxer's a cheap shot, dude. He waited till she was all held up with spiritual pressure. Come on. Is he still naked? Yes. Not the sidle. Yes, he's still naked, but at this point, is that her death? How is that badass and hilarious at the same time? Damn, this is so compromising. I hope Momo don't find you because you'd have to have a hard time explaining this one. Okay. Maybe, but not for Momo. Where are you, Momo? Oh. So you have to let the guard down. No, leave Okurun go. Okay, Okurun! That's right, you better fight, baby. Period. Naked he did that. He said with all my balls hanging out and everything. Momo? Us too, but good job, Momo. Period. I love that they're scared of her. That's good. Thank God. And I love it that she's like, don't you dare make out with her. That's her first thing that she says. Now that they're aliens and demons. So, okay, so the dinosaur was after her. Man just has all of his business hanging out. And she's like, what is happening? Damn. Not indentured servitude. Oh! Yeah, that was somehow more disturbing than half the stuff I've seen in the show already. So they can actually modify these creatures? I think I might like the Chiquita song better, guys. As they should be. Okay, well you say that, but do something. Celery uppercut! Why do I feel like the animators are trying to tell us something? I don't know. This is... I mean, look, this isn't the time, Momo. A little bit. Look, they transformed. Can we please talk about this later? Damn, not 60%. You might as well quit. Oh, damn, the kaiju's back. He said everybody gonna be in my world now. Yep, you're in his world. Yeah, so any move you make, it's gonna find you. That is actually wicked smart and terrifying. Fine, stay here. Not Nessie. I saw another reactor who called it the Loch Ness Monster. I didn't even think about it. Exactly. He said, excuse me, you ain't my boss. I did this for fun. She's fine. Keep going. Business punch. I can't. Y'all ain't got no contractor punch? Oh, so the spirit entered that thing we saw in the classroom. I knew there was a reason they were showing us that. Damn! Nope. Damn. Useless! Where'd he go? I love that they just started swimming again. Where is Aira? Like, I don't like her, but where'd she go? Seriously. I love this art of them looking wet. Call her out. Really? Then why are you so mad? Oh! Thank you. Let the man talk. I love this, the coloring, all of this. You love it. Shut up. Yeah, y'all having this Hallmark moment, this teen drama moment. What's happening? Huh? Oh. Watch your leg there, Momo. No. Not you grabbing his naked body with your spirit hands. This, wow. I bet in a million years she never thought she be on Okarun like this. Of all the ways to ride Okarun, I don't think this is any of the ways that crossed her mind. God, I'm sorry. I love how creative this show is. Like, this whole episode so far, he's been animated naked. You owe Momo your life twice now. You wish. Exactly. Get it together. You're the one who hired him. Ooh, she said you cheat. That's hilarious. Okarun is the luckiest mofo ever. Oh God. Oh, they met merge with Loch Ness. Oh no. This animation is insane. What in the Blade Trinity vampires is happening? Let's try it. You guys are understanding what each other is saying? Well, it was worth a shot. Oh, that's right. I forgot they combined. Damn, I was getting her ass whooped in this episode, but I'm not even mad at it because she's a little too cocky. Third time they had to rescue your ass. Exactly. If you're talking, you okay. For who? Oh, kill now. It's not just take our bananas. Oh yeah, that's true. They can't control her. Why are you asking? Momo said bring it. She's such a badass. Poster. What did you figure out, Momo? She paid attention in his class. What did... Good job, girl. You see how she's learning in school and her spiritual lessons? Hot naked on her hair. No, Chotomote for you. Hurry up. Come on, she cannot breathe too much longer. Let's go. Or hold her breath, I mean. Teamwork is dream work, baby. You better rescue her. Set her heart aflutter. Come on, where's the damn surface? The curled toes. No freaking way. Are you kidding? Thank God they were almost dead. And they're back in the real world because the light's back. Hurry up before someone sees you too. You're gonna get expelled. The fact that it hasn't hit them, what they're looking like right now. What? What? Thank you for being so what? What in the hentai? Exactly! Not the whole So they have to quit school now? There's no living this down. There's no living this down. But thankfully, this is an anime because if this was actual real life Japan, they would be expelled. Actually, not even just Japan. They'd probably get expelled here too. Especially for Okarun being butt-ass naked. Quite an emphasis on the ass. It's school. It shouldn't be funny. It's not funny. They almost died. And no one's even questioning the fact that they're soaking wet. Oh my God, this show, the creativity of how they create these situations in this show is unparalleled. I I have never watched anything this freaking weird since like maybe Labyrinth, the movie Labyrinth, or maybe Fraggle Rock growing up, because what the hell is that show even about? But no, seriously, what? Okay, where do we start? Where do we begin? We we pick up where we left off from last episode. The aliens are back. We now know how it works between the aliens and the spirits. They literally hire them. A couple episodes back, it was episode 2 or 3, we heard Okarun saying that there's a similar, he's picking up something similar between the aliens and the spirits, that the frequencies might be similar, and Momo said the same thing. So it looks like because of this, these aliens actually hire, as they call it, they call them salary workers, hire them to do work for them, you know, basically anything. Sorry, I got a tickle in my throat there. So anything, I guess, that's outside of their ability to do, they get the spiritual creatures to do for them. And so anyways, that's what happened here. Apparently they brought that creepy Nessie, as they call it, to take care of Momo and take her out. And then they were using the boxer to physically incapacitate Okarun to the point where they would be able to just do what they need to do. Because interestingly, they said that they were able to, when the 3 aliens worked together, they were able to create enough spiritual pressure to keep Okarun from being able to even move, but it created a barrier so thick that even they couldn't get through, and that wouldn't allow them to be able to do their banana surgery. So that is why they hired these aliens, so that they could basically beat the crap out of Okarun to the point where he would not be able to fight them and they'd be able to do what they needed to do. So that makes more sense around like why the 2 of them were in the same place at the same time. And now we know that they work together, which is a bit scary because the spirits typically don't seem like they're always that smart. But if you've got an organized mind behind it, that's a bit terrifying. But anyways, Ira got a chance to try out her new acrobatic silky powers. She's still very new to them though, much like how Okarun was the first time. So she's a bit clumsy. Some of her stuff's really good. And I do like how both acrobatic silky and Ira are both kind of narcissistic and a little bit conceited. So when she's in that form, they both feed off of each other in that space. Like the fact that she was saying to the spirit that, you're flirting with me, you want to date me? Is that why you're after me? Is because you're obsessed with me? Well, you can fight for my heart, but you're not going to get, like, I'm like, what, ma'am? Like, only you would flirt with a demon. Like, what is wrong with you? What? But anyway, we see that thankfully between Okarun and Ira, they were actually able to keep this boxer and the aliens somewhat at bay. Like they actually gave them a pretty good run for their money. Okarun actually pushed through some new limits because even under all the spiritual pressure, able to at least bring his form back. But then of course we see that Momo's really who gave them the break that they needed to actually get out of that chokehold they were in. But truthfully, Okarun is just continually building. And I love seeing that he's still not 100% there yet, but he is getting better with the powers. He is starting to understand it a bit more. He's definitely able to flip the switch a lot better than he used to. So, you know, it's baby steps, but it seems like Ira has definitely learned faster than him. I'll say that. Like she seems to have more of a control over turning on the powers than Okarun did when he first got them. But that could just be because it, you know, the type of spirits, I don't know. Right. Anyways, so poor Okarun was dead ass naked this whole episode, guys. That man did not have a lick of clothes the whole episode. And I just want to give all the claps and snaps to the animators because it took not only talent, but real creativity to figure out how do we film this and not make it X-rated. Like, even the fact that they show his little booty cheeks here and there was a lot for Japan. Japan don't be showing all that much. You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff needs to get pixelated after a minute. So the fact that they did all that and had things where like poor Okarun getting knocked halfway across the classroom, but somehow magically landing with his hands in the right place was actually hilarious. I thought that was really funny. But that's what I'm saying with the show being so off the wall. Like who would think of having them battle this weird water crab monster and this weird boxer cymbal hand hybrid in this weird underwater wonderland while Okarun is butt ass naked? Like who thinks of this? I don't know who is in the writer's room and what they're on, but it's strong because wow. But anyhow, we see that that's what happens. Momo-chan shows up, and I thought what was really cute was that you know when Okarun is in his transformed self, he's always very morose and very mama. But when he sat there and he saw Momo, he's like, I missed you, Momo-chan. And he even said that as like the spirit version of himself. I was like, cute. I I know. Listen, I ship them. I can't help it. But I thought that was super cute. It shows that like Okurun is down bad for Momo. So like, sorry, Ira, like you too late, girl. You came a little too late. But anyway, hilariously, Momo shows up, and I love that the first thing out of her mouth is not, "Are you okay? Is everything all right?" She's like, "Y'all too close to each other. Don't make out with that hoe. Don't you dare." She said, "Get off my man." And it's hilarious. I'm like, girl, all this bravado you're trying to put on, like you not bothered, you are highly bothered. You are highly, highly bothered, and you let that slip because that's the first thing that comes out of your mouth when you see two people being attacked by both aliens and spirits is, "Don't y'all get too friendly, you too close." And that was hilarious too, the little thing where Okurun and Ira started working together, and they actually worked well together because both of them are basically two sides of the coin, right? They both have spiritual energy that belongs to another spirit that's created some kind of hybrid situation. So truthfully, it makes sense that they would complement each other in battle, but understandably, Momo doesn't like that because A, she doesn't want them close after what she saw earlier, but I also feel like it'll be interesting to see in the next couple episodes. Like, I'm gonna see whether or not, like, obviously, I'll get to it later on when he talks to Momo about the misunderstanding, but I think that Momo, before she and Okurun kind of had this thing, right? There's the fact that he had the spiritual energy thing. She's a spiritual medium master, and it was kind of like their little thing. But now he and Ira actually have more in common at the moment, and that they both have a situation where they have spiritual powers they didn't ask for, and it's given them these weird, crazy abilities, but also, you know, there's other things that come with it they didn't ask for. So point being, at the moment, Ira and Okurun are a little bit more similar in their situation. So I could see them being able to bond over that and talk about things and have an understanding of a situation in a way that Momo can't, because that's not something that she's going through. But anyways, do I think it's going to go anywhere? No, but I'm just wondering if it's going to be something that we see possibly Momo struggle with in a while, because she'll be like, wait, like I can't really relate to them on that level. Like I'm the one who can kind of, you know, keep them controlled if I need to, but it's not the same as being in their shoes. But we'll have to see. It's just something that I noticed when they showed them working, you know, bouncing off each other in that fight. But anyway, we see that the fight just keeps getting more and more intense. And for the most part, they were kind of getting the jump on the aliens. And I thought hilarious, the whole thing with the aliens cutting the pay of the contract spirit work. I'm like, what is a spirit going to do with money anyway? That's what I kept thinking. It's like, what are you going to spend it on, bro? You can't go to a store. What do you mean? Like, no one can see you. What is the pay? I don't get it. Again, they didn't say it was money. To be fair, maybe the aliens give them something else, but I was just like, what is this? But I thought that was hilarious. And then when he went in and he transformed the boxer from a contractor to a salary worker, a gig worker, is he called, from a gig worker to a salary worker. That was funny. But anyway, we see that once the Nessie kaiju comes back, scales get tipped back into the favor of the aliens well, actually just of the kaiju, because we discover that unlike the boxer, who actually is sentient enough to talk to the aliens and, you know, converse with them, the kaiju is not about that. The kaiju is just basically like, I'm gonna mess everybody up. If you're in my way, you're going down. And so we see that the kaiju ends up turning everything into his battlefield by making everything water, because he's a lot stronger in water. And he starts attacking the aliens, which of course works for our trio, but also not good, because they're like, well, that means it's powerful enough to take out the aliens and it can take us out pretty quickly too. So the chase is then on. I had to laugh because Ira got her butt whooped this episode. I thought it was hilarious that the boxer just kept coming after her. And not in the sense of, I mean, obviously I didn't want anything bad to happen to her. I'm just saying that we saw that she was getting a little cocky. She was getting a little full of herself. And I think she just needs a little reminder that this stuff is not easy. This is her first rodeo, or second if you count Acrobat Silky, but that really wasn't her battle per se. Like, she was the one being protected. Like, this is her first actual I have powers in it battle, and she needs to understand that this is not easy, that Momo and Okurun have actually done a lot to get to a point of where they are, and also to understand why they're not perfectly synced and honed in and how to fight these things. So that's why I wasn't mad at her getting her butt whooped a few times. But anyways, we see that eventually Momo's like, we got to come up with a plan, otherwise we're going to end up drowning in here. And we see that the last remaining alien decides that the best thing that they can do to survive is that he's got the ability to apparently absorb the spiritual energy of these monsters and change them into like some weird Frankenstein of all of them. And that's what he thinks he needs to do in order, because he says the only way they can stop the kaiju, or Nessie, from attacking them is to basically absorb him and control him. And when that happens, of course, at first it's super fearsome, but thankfully, because my girl Momo paid attention in science class, she knew that the mantis being part of this mix actually turned out to be the Achilles heel of this beast, and that Momo remembered that and made sure that the next attack that this thing did was above water. And we see that it ended up shattering its tentacles and basically breaking its body. So she was like, that's what happens when you pay attention in science class. So anyways, I just love that it shows, as usual, that Momo is not only a badass as far as the spiritual power and her agility and her reflexes, but she's smart. She head smart. Like, she really is the full package. So I just love that. She's such a fun hero to watch. And it's typically, I think what I like it is that typically in a lot of animes like this, our protagonist is male, first of all, our main protagonist. And typically, like, he's the one who has this storyline of kind of having a bit of luck and power on his side to carry him through. And typically, unfortunately, the girls are usually the damsels that are constantly being rescued. And, you know, the guy just gets to be the dude who always gets to saunter in and rescue them. And I love that in this show, that paradigm's been flipped. And it's actually Momo who is the rescuer. Momo's the person who's getting all the luck and the extra powers and all this kind of stuff. And it's actually the guy, Okurun, who is the damsel effectively. Like, she's rescued Okurun a number of times now, and Aira too. Like, she really is that girl. Like, she is her. And I love that for her, and I love that for this series. And I love that Okurun even recognizes that, and he's trying to work towards being less of somebody that she has to continue to rescue. But anyhow, everything does eventually get resolved, and we see that the episode ends on the most crackhead way possible. The show was not slick. Having Okurun land the way that he landed with Momo, which I thought was interesting though, because he went to rescue Momo because she was this close to possibly getting taken out again. But as usual, Okurun prioritized. Like, for once, Okurun was able to be the one to save Momo in that moment. I mean, Momo helped, of course, because she was the one who kept the spiritual pressure going and, you know, subdued long enough for Okurun to come and get her. But all the same, Okurun got in there, grabbed her, got her out of that, got her right out of the dimension. And I just thought that was kind of a cool moment because, you know, it's one of the first times that Okurun got to truly save Momo instead of the other way around. And yeah, the compromising position that they ended up in when that happened. One for the books, for sure. And the fact that neither of them even thought, like, they were so tired, traumatized over it that they didn't even occur. And also the fact that Okurun had been naked the whole episode, which is hilarious. It got to the point where the girls weren't even noticing that he was naked no more. They have now fully seen all of Okurun's front, back, underside, everything. Like, there's nothing that man has to hide with those girls anymore. And they don't even care. They're now non-phased because they had to sit this whole episode and see it. So because of all that, didn't even cross their minds that they was laying up in the real world. They were out of the dimension in the real world, her in her underwear and him butt-ass naked, laid up on her like the way most people do not lay up on people unless they are very close, if you know what I'm saying. So that was hilarious. And again, only the show would get away with that. But hilariously, that happened. And I just thought the moment was pretty cute. And of course, they had to put the pun in there about thank you for being so hard. Like, really, show? But anyways, unfortunately, yeah, they didn't come to their senses quickly enough to get themselves out of the hallway they were now in, and now the entire school has seen them. And I definitely saw a few cameras flash for some phones. So yeah, that's never going away. Unfortunately, that is going to follow them throughout their high school career. I personally would transfer schools. I'm not lying. I would never want to see those people again. So they're going to have to figure out a way. But I mean, hey, sadly, it's going to make Okurun look good, because you know how dudes be. But I just really hope Momo doesn't have to put up with anything too crazy from all of this. So yeah, that was another crazy episode as usual. Glad our trio got out of it. But now I have no idea what's going to come next. Like I said, with this show, the great thing is I have no predictions as to what might happen in the next episode. But I said, you know, the hunt for Okurun's other ball is still out there. He still has got to find the golden nut. It's out there someplace. So my guess is maybe next episode we might be introduced to whoever might possess it. We'll have to see. A lot of fun in this episode as usual. I enjoyed it so much. I hope you guys enjoyed watching along with me. If you did, please show some love, and I will see you in the next one.